Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine Avataravarishthaya Ramakrishna te namaha. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma mritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all religions, the supreme incarnation of God, who came to establish religion universal. Let us pray to him to lead us from the unreal to the real, to lead us from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, to lead us from death to immortality. We have been studying Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Today's topic I have chosen from the Gospel, spiritual treasures of Sri Ramakrishna. All his sayings and teachings and instructions are so inspiring, direct. Anybody who really wants to enter into spiritual realm would feel them most important teachings. Two ways of life are open to every one of us. One is called worldly life. The other one is called spiritual life. So, in order to achieve the goal, either of the worldly life or of the spiritual life, one will have to come on this earth plane. You can't do spiritual practices in any other plane in the creation. It's only on this earth plane that chances are given for us to choose between worldly life and spiritual life. And it has been very clearly stated in the Upanishads that worldly life is glamorous, most glamorous life. People are trapped by that. The other one is spiritual life. Their directions are totally different. They take you in different directions and give different results. Worldly life ends with unpleasantness, sufferings, miseries, stress and strain. Even the so-called happiness people are enjoying during weekends are all full of most unpleasant things rather than actual happy moments. Quite opposite is the spiritual life. It takes you towards real happiness. It takes you towards the ultimate goal of life. That is to experience the bliss of the realization of God. The most amazing part is that though God is present throughout the universe, throughout the creation, God is present. But we are so foolish, we are not able to experience the presence of God. That's because mind is deluded by worldly glamours. Worldly glamours. So, people often say, Swamiji, it's too early for spiritual life. All right. After some time, when they pass through the so-called worldly pleasures, then if you ask this person, what happened to your deciding about spiritual life? Swamiji, it's too late now. First he said it's too early. Now he says it's too late. The result is, you are in the square one. You have not started the life at all. Life has been totally wasted. Though people may not admit it, the fact remains. Why the Mahatmas come? Why should God incarnate? Because to show us the way, to show us the spiritual path. How? Not by magic, but by through their own lives. Every incarnation has got tremendous impact. They live the life of spirituality and show it to us. That's the way that we should live. So, Sri Ramakrishna tells that don't care for doctrines. Don't care for dogmas or sects or churches or temples. They count for little compared with the essence of existence in each one, which is spirituality. And the more a person develops it, the more power a person has for good. Earn that first. Acquire that and criticize no one. It's a sheer waste of time to talk about, to criticize about religions. For all the doctrines and creeds that you find in this world have some good in them. Show by your lives that religion does not mean words or names or sects. Then what does it mean? And Sri Ramakrishna answers that question. It means spiritual realization. Religion means spiritual realization. Not fighting in the street in the name of religion. Stupidity. And we are proving we are stupids. So, one should strive for spiritual realization. How that could happen? Only when you aspire for spiritual life. Not running recklessly in the worldly affairs. Mad rush will make you mad. What doubt is there? Don't complain about stress and strain. You yourself created it. Have it, enjoy it. Enjoy suffering. Simply by weeping I am suffering will not take you away from suffering. Simply worrying about the disease will not cure the disease. You have to take the medicine. First of all, you have to diagnose the proper disease. What disease you are suffering from. Then just diagnosis is not enough. You have to apply your mind to take treatment. Otherwise you won't be get rid of disease. Same way. We are all suffering from bhavaroga, disease of worldliness. Disease of worldliness. Is there any doctor to give treatment for this worldly disease? Yes, that is spiritual doctor. Bhavaroga Vaidya. Who is that? Saints and sages, Mahatmas, holy people all over the world. They are the doctors. So, the first important thing that every one of us should remember, that we should set the goal. If not done, you should do it immediately. Time already gone is gone. There is no meaning of lamenting over the loss of time. Enough of it. Think of the present and take immediate steps how we can improve. Life is a continuous journey. It doesn't ask your permission. My life is enough. I don't want more life. Who are you to ask that? You have no power. You are dragged to lives and lives. What is that dragging force? Your actions and deeds. Whatever you do, good or bad, the effect of sum total of these good and bad actions push you to take next life. You can't escape it. None can escape. None. The only way to get rid of this coming back and forth to overcome this birth and death is to realize the truth. To realize the divinity, the all-pervading divine consciousness. Because we have not focused on that, we are suffering and suffering. Simply we are putting the garb of happy face. It's all fake. Real happiness comes only through the experience of the divine. This is Swami Vivekananda said at the Parliament of Religions in 1893 at the famous Art Institute in Chicago. Each soul is potentially divine. The more you focus on that idea, the more you become peaceful and happy. Develop that potentiality. Bring the lamp of knowledge that dispels the darkness of ignorance. You don't have to worry about the darkness anymore. Your task is to bring the lamp of knowledge. That is the purpose of religion. Not pushing anybody and everybody, come here, do this, do that. No. You choose your own path. When you choose it, follow it up, with all strong determination. Stop not till the goal is reached. Simply choosing the path is not enough. You must move onward, If you simply sit, how can you continue the journey? You must move onwards and onwards. Never stop. Never look back. Always look in the front. So, Sri Ramakrishna's teaching that religion is spiritual realization. If a person understands this, whoever it is, wherever he is, he has no time in quarreling about dogmas and doctrines. It's nuisance. Really nuisance. Culture your mind, build up your personality, become spiritual, become lovable. Love the whole universe. The whole universe belongs to God and you are the part and parcel of God. Finished. Let there be innumerable number of religions. What does it matter? Sri Ramakrishna gives the example. The house has got many doors to enter. Front door, side doors, back door. So many doors are there. Anybody coming through any of the doors can come to the drawing room. So we should have clear concept of this religion. Clear concept. No more doubt. No more wasting of time in these things. So, concentrate upon the spiritual practice. That is the central teaching of Sri Ramakrishna. Be practical. A person is said to be vain, having got this human birth so difficult to get, does not attempt to realize God in this very life. Golden opportunity. Human life is a golden opportunity. If you don't use it properly, you are the loser. Me only to blame, none else. Swami Vivekananda has composed a poem. Me only to blame. Be straightforward to blame yourself. Take corrective steps. No lamenting unnecessarily. Show your manliness that way. So, another important factor, Lord Sri Ramakrishna says, human birth is so invaluable. It's very, very precious life. You must make use of it as much as you can towards spiritual practices for attaining the goal of realization of the truth. Sri Ramakrishna himself has shown us the moment he became the priest of Kali temple, from that moment onwards, wholeheartedly he underwent tremendous spiritual practices. He would not stop till he got the vision of the Divine Mother. What joy he experienced after he got the vision of the Divine Mother. No more suffering. Always cheerful, always loving, kind, Sri Ramakrishna himself said in the Gospel, pointing to his heart, he said, do you know who is staying here? It is Divine Mother Kali. It is not mere talking. It is the expression of his most fantastic experience. So, Shankaracharya, the great Acharya who gave the philosophy of Advaita, he has said, Jivan Mukti. You must get liberated in this earthly life itself, not after you passing away. Of course, there is so many types of liberation. One is Videha Mukti. After a person dies, he may get into different region and gradually he can get into state of liberation. No, Shankaracharya says, in this life itself, as a human being, I should realize the truth. That's the greatness. That's the greatness of human life. And it is possible, Shankaracharya said. And it has been proved by Sri Ramakrishna himself practicing through his life. And a host of saints and sages are there who have experienced the truth, who have seen God face to face. When Swami Vivekananda, after getting the instruction from Sri Ramakrishna, went to Kali temple, he literally saw with his mortal eyes the effulgent Divine Mother smiling. She himself started talking to him before Swami Vivekananda could talk. My child, what do you want? By seeing that effulgent face of the Divine Mother, Swami Vivekananda forgot anything about what he wanted to ask, about what for he had come for Mother. He was overwhelmed by the joy of seeing the Mother with full effulgence. And Mother is asking, what do you want, my child? Immediately, spontaneously the reply came, Mother, give me jnana, bhakti, viveka, vairagya. Give me knowledge, give me devotion, give me discrimination, give me renunciation. So that mind is not deviated in any manner. I want nothing except this. So that is, how could he have that vision of Divine Mother Kali, for which Sri Ramakrishna himself had to undergo severe disciplines, meditating long hours in Panchavati. And how could Swami Vivekananda got immediately? There is a reason for that. And that is Guru Kripa, grace of the Guru. Who was his Guru? Sri Ramakrishna. Chidananda Guru, not ordinary type of Gurus. Guru of realization. His Kripa, his grace, just one glance of his grace was enough. And what was Swamiji's personality? Personification of purity and perfection. That is Vivekananda. Personification of purity and perfection. So he was fit enough, he was qualified enough to have the vision of the Divine Mother. He was so qualified that mother could speak to him. That is the climax in spiritual life. So, this human life is to be directed towards that, not in dirty pursuit of sensuous, impermanent, unpleasant pleasures of the world. They are all traps. Like Moses trapped, we are all being trapped by these worldly glamours. And third important teaching, which Sri Ramakrishna says, everybody has got that faculty of reasoning. Faculty of reasoning, which you call in Sanskrit Viveka. That means you should be able to recognize, differentiate between what is good, what is not good, what is real, what is not real, what is substance, what is not substance, what is permanent, what is not permanent. So you must apply that faculty of reasoning and shake off impermanent objects from the mind. Mind plays very important role. Very important role. It is the mind that takes you either towards hell or towards heaven. But the master of the mind is the individual being. How you handle the mind, accordingly the mind behaves, accordingly the mind should behave. It's not that you should go as what mind wants you to, but mind should follow what you want to say. That's called mastership. That's called the control of mind, disciplining the mind. By constantly using the mind in the worldly affairs, we have ruined the mind. We have ruined the powers of the mind. We have made the mind totally black, jet black. So much of impurities dumped into the mind. When the mind is covered by black soot, how can you expect the reflection of God? So, mind is to be properly controlled and turned towards spirituality. If you read Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, everything is positive there. There is no place for dogmatism, bigotism, all sorts of isms there. It only speaks of the truth. Follow any path you want. What Sri Ramakrishna says is that all paths lead to the same goal, provided you fix the goal. If you don't fix the goal, simply simply claiming you are in the spiritual path will not take you towards the goal. You must lift the anchor. See, some people wanted to have an excursion. This story comes in Meditation Spiritual Life, the most wonderful spiritual text which you must read. If you have not read, please read it. Meditation and Spiritual Life by Swami Chidananda. Some people wanted to have picnic. They went and sat in the boat. about 10-15 people, all in a very joyous mood. The very joy of going to picnic itself sent them into ecstasy. So they're all sitting and enjoying and talking and talking and talking. Whole night is gone, day dawned, but they are in the same place. Their anchor was not lifted. They are totally drunk. Then they realized, what? We are not moved at all. Same way. Simply telling I am in the spiritual path doesn't take you to goal of the spiritual life. You have to move. Action part is important. Action part. Are you practicing it? That's important. So, Sri Ramakrishna placed the importance on practice aspect of spiritual life. Practice it. An ounce of practice is 1,000 times better than tons of talk. Swami Vivekananda says in one of his lectures, an ounce of practice is several times better than tons of talk. So, Viveka, the reasoning faculty, must be used properly and move onwards in spiritual path. Another point Sri Ramakrishna tells, as I said earlier, action part. One must act. Laziness won't do. Laziness will make you more miserable. So, one should work. One should act upon. Action is work. In that sense, I am using the work. Not work means working in the automobile company. No, not that way. Work means engaging yourself in spiritual practices. Action part. Only then can a person see God. One cannot develop love of God or obtain his vision without person acting properly. So action. What does that action means? It means meditation. It means repetition of divine name and the like. You have to do them consciously, not simply imagining and doing it in a dream way. No. Everything about spirituality must be done consciously. Be fully aware of what you are doing. So, charity, sacrifice, all these are helpful activities in unfolding your spiritual personality. Like that, Sri Ramakrishna has lots of treasures he has got. Lots and lots. Take how much you need, be satisfied with that. And heaps of sweets are available. You take to what extent you can digest the sweet yourself. Be contented with that. Spiritual treasure is like that. Sri Ramakrishna has given ocean of instructions. Take what is needed for you. Immediately step into practice. Then Sri Ramakrishna says, one cannot see one's face in a mirror if the mirror is covered with dirt. After the purification of the heart, one obtains divine love. Then one sees God through His grace. Chant His name and purify your body and mind. Purify your tongue by singing God's holy name. We have made use of this tongue in a very abusive way. The moment we open the mouth, we talk ill of others. We insult others. All sorts of things. So, chanting of God's name, repeating God's name, singing His glories, purify the tongue. Then, be not a traitor in your thoughts. Be sincere. Act according to your thoughts. You shall surely succeed. Pray with a sincere and simple heart, and your prayers will be heard. That means we should not be hypocrites. Thinking one thing, doing another thing. No. Spiritual life is like a straight line. So you must organize your thoughts properly. Organizing the thoughts, very important in practicing meditation. So, Sri Ramakrishna has given a hint that one should be sincere and follow the thoughts properly and pray to God. Don't let worldly thoughts and anxieties disturb your mind. Do everything that is necessary in the proper time. Let your mind be always fixed on God. That's the way of practicing spirituality. Mind should be fixed on God all the time. Part of the mind should be consciously fixed on God. Same thing Sri Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita. Sarveshu kaleshu ma manusmara. Remember me all the time and then do your duty. Duty must be preceded by remembering God. People, in the name of doing duties, they forget God. Then you will not have spiritual benefit. If you want to derive spiritual benefit, with duty must be preceded by remembering God. Well, there are so many teachings. Let me continue next Tuesday class. It's already getting time. I shall read a few lines from Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Page 935. It was the 14th day of the dark fortnight of the moon. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Sri Ramakrishna was sitting in his room. He told M that Ram Chatterjee had come from the Kali temple at Dakshineshwar to inquire about his health. He asked M whether it was now very cold at the temple garden. Narendra arrived. Now and then the master looked at him and smiled. It appeared to M that day the master's love for his beloved disciple was boundless. He indicated to M by a sign that Narendra had wept. Then he remained quiet. Again he indicated that Narendra had cried all the way from home. Narendra means Vivekananda. He had cried all the way from home. No one spoke. Narendra broke the silence. He said, I have been thinking of going there today. There means to Dakshineshwar, to meet Sri Ramakrishna. To Kasipur, to see Sri Ramakrishna. Oh no, Dakshineshwar. I have been thinking of going there today. Sri Ramakrishna asked, where? Narendra said, to Dakshineshwar. I intend to light a fire under the bel tree and meditate. Master said, no, the authorities of the powder magazine will not allow it. The Panchavati is a nice place. Many sadhus have practiced japa and meditation there. But it is very cold there. The place is dark too. Again for a few moments all sat in silence. Sri Ramakrishna said to Narendra, smiling, won't you continue your studies? Narendra, looking at the master and Yam, said, I shall feel greatly relieved if I find a medicine that will make me forget all I have studied. See? The elder Gopal, who was also in the room, said, I shall accompany Narendra. Kalipada Ghosh had brought a box of grapes for Sri Ramakrishna. It lay beside the master. The master gave Narendra a few and poured the rest on the floor for the devotees to pick up. It was evening. Narendra was sitting in a room downstairs. He was smoking and describing to Yam the yearning of his soul. No one else was with them. Narendra said, I was meditating here last Saturday when suddenly I felt a peculiar sensation in my heart. Yam said, it was the awakening of the Kundalini. Narendra said, probably it was. I clearly perceived the Ida and the Pingala nerves. I asked Hazra to feel my chest. Yesterday I saw him, meaning Sri Ramakrishna, upstairs and told him about it. I said to him, all the others have had their realization. All the others have had their realization. Please give me some. All have succeeded. Shall I alone remain unsatisfied? Yam said, what did he say to you? Narendra said, he said, he means Sri Ramakrishna. He said to Narendra, why don't you settle your family affairs first and then come to me? You will get everything. What do you want? I replied, Swami Vivekananda replied, it is my desire to remain absorbed in samadhi continuously for 3 or 4 days, only once in a while coming down to the sense plane to eat a little food. Thereupon Sri Ramakrishna said to me, "You are a very small-minded person. There's a state higher even than that. All that exists art thou. All that exists art thou. It is you who sing that song." Yam said, "Yes." He always says that after coming down from Samadhi, one sees that it is God himself who has become the universe, the living beings, and all that exists. The Ishvara Kotis alone can attain that state. An ordinary man can at the most attain Samadhi, but he cannot come down from that state. Narendra said, "The master said, settle your family affairs and then come to me. You will attain a state higher than Samadhi." I went home this morning. My people scolded me saying, feed. She gave me venison. I ate a little, though I didn't feel like eating meat. Yam asked, "And then?" Narendra said, "I went to my study at my grandmother's. As I tried to read, I was seized with a great fear, as if studying were a terrible thing. I was seized with a great fear, as if studying were a terrible thing. My heart struggled within me. I burst into tears, and never wept so bitterly in my life. And I left my books and ran away. I ran along the streets. My shoes slipped from my feet. I didn't know where. I ran past a haystack and got hay all over me. I kept on running along the road. I kept on running along the road to Kasipur, where Sri Ramakrishna stayed." Narendra remained silent a few minutes and then resumed. Narendra said, "Since reading the Viveka Chudamani, I have felt very much depressed. In it, Shankaracharya says that only through great tapasya and good fortune does one acquire these three things: a human birth, the desire for liberation, and refuge with a great soul. I said to myself, I have surely gained all these three. As a result of great tapasya, I have been born a human being. Through great tapasya again, I have the desire for liberation. And through great tapasya, I have secured the companionship of such a great soul. Yam said, "Ah." Narendra said, "I have no more taste for the world. I don't relish the company of those who live in the world, of course, with the exception of one or two devotees." Narendra became silent again. A fire of intense renunciation was humming within him. His soul was restless for the vision of God. He resumed the conversation. Narendra said to Yam, "You have found peace, but my soul is restless. You are blessed indeed." Yam did not reply, but sat in silence. He said to himself, Sri Ramakrishna said that one must pant and pine for God. Only then may one have the vision of Him. Immediately after dusk, Yam went upstairs. He found Sri Ramakrishna asleep. It was about 9 o'clock in the evening. Niranjan and Shashi were sitting near the master. He was awake. Every now and then he talked of Narendra. Master said, "How wonderful Narendra's state of mind is. You see, this very Narendra did not believe in the form of God. And now you see how his soul is panting for God. You know that story of the man who asked his guru how God could be realized? The guru said to him, 'Come with me.' I shall show you how one can realize God. Saying this, he took the disciple to a lake and held his head under the water. After a short time, he released the disciple and asked him, "How did you feel?" "I was dying for a breath of air," said the disciple. When the soul longs and yearns for God like that, then you will know that you do not have long to wait for his vision. The rosy color on the eastern horizon shows the sun will soon rise. This day Sri Ramakrishna's illness was worse. In spite of much suffering, he said many things about Narendra, though mostly by means of signs. At night, Narendra left for Dakshineshwar. It was very dark, being the night of the new moon. He was accompanied by one or two devotees. M spent the night at the Kasipur garden. He dreamt that he was seated in an assembly of sannyasis. We shall stop here. Any questions to ask, you are welcome. The whole program will be very, very uplifting program. So, don't miss this program also. That's the way how you must come in touch with spirituality. That's the way of coming in contact with spirituality. Somehow you should establish link. Once you establish link, then everything comes easy. Cable should be laid, then only current can pass through the cable. Without cable, how the current can pass? So, bring all your friends and try to attend these programs. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean and quench that mighty forest fire, worldly lust raging furiously within. Own name streamed down in moonlight on the lotus heart, opening its cup to knowledge of thyself, O self, drowned deep in the waves of his bliss, tasting his nectar at every step, bathing in his name that bought our very souls. Various are thy names, O Lord, in each and every name thy power resides. No times are set, no rites are needful for chanting of thy name. So vast is thy mercy, how huge then is thy wretchedness, who find in this empty life and heart no devotion to thy name. O my mind, be humbler than a blade of grass, be patient and forbearing like a tree, take no honor to thyself, give honor to all, chant unceasingly the name of the Lord. O Lord and soul of the universe, mine is no prayer for wealth or retinue, the playthings of lust or the toys of fame. As many times as I may be reborn, grant me, O Lord, a steadfast love for thee. A drowning man in this world's fearful ocean is thy servant, O sweet one. In thy mercy, consider him as dust beneath thy feet. Oh, how I long for the day when an instant's separation from thee, O Lord, will be as 1,000 years, when my heart burns away with its desire, and the world without thee is a heartless void. Prostrate at thy feet let me be, in unwavering devotion, neither imploring the embrace of thine arms, nor bewailing the withdrawal of thy presence, though it tears my soul asunder. O thou who stillest the hearts of thy devotees, do with me what thou wilt, for thou art my heart's beloved, thou and thou alone. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light, and lead us from death to immortality. May all be free from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all be actuated by noble thoughts, may all rejoice everywhere. May all be happy, may all be free from disease, may all realize what is good, may none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous, may the virtuous reign tranquility, may the tranquil be free from bonds, may the freed make others free. May good betide all people, may the sovereign righteously rule the earth, may all beings ever attain what is good, May the worlds be prosperous and happy. May the clouds pour rain in time. May the earth be blessed with crops. May all countries be freed from calamity. May holy men live without fear. May the Lord, the destroyer of sins, the presiding deity of all sacred works, be satisfied. For he being pleased, the whole universe becomes pleased. He being satisfied, the whole universe is satisfied.